Hey guys, welcome back to FedEx Gaming's Redstone Tutorials. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to build console Hunger Game pods. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because 4th gen console Minecraft is going to be coming out very shortly. Of course, if you're watching this video after it's come out already, then yeah, who cares? So the reason why I'm doing this is because not a lot of people know how to build pods, and usually everyone has that one redstone friend that needs to come into their Hunger Games maps that they've made and all that good stuff and build the pods. But then I also look at the pods sometimes when I'm in the Hunger Games maps. I like to look at redstone. I don't know why. I look at them, they're all messy and just disgusting, and they're all over the place. So I'm going to show you guys a very simple way to make pods, so you don't need like a redstone friend or anything like that if you're a great map builder and all that stuff, and because you always need to do redstone on Hunger Games. You always need to do redstone for the pods. So if you're not good at it, this is the perfect video for you. So as you can see, I got a few villagers in here. We're about to play some Hunger Games on a nothing map right here. We just hop down here in the host pod, click this lever, and we all pop up at the exact same time. We can go hit the chest where there's absolutely nothing in it. And apparently I'm very generous in Hunger Games because I put 4 crafting benches and a enchantment table right in the middle for people. So let's just show you guys how to build this thing. And why are there chickens? I put you in a hole. Just stay in a hole. So we're gonna go all the way out here and build it. So of course, what we're gonna need is some blocks of choice. Now, what we're gonna do is build a perfect circle. If you don't know how to build perfect circles, there's a great little program online. I'll have a link to the description below that you don't have to download anything. It just shows you how to make perfect circles on Minecraft. Very beautiful program. So what we're gonna make is a perfect circle, and it has to be a odd number. Make sure it's an odd number. Mine's going to be 15 by 15. It's gonna be that nice little small circle over there. So if you wanna make yours much bigger, just make it bigger than 15 by 15. So to make my 15 by 15 circle that I chose, all you have to do is just dig down 1, and we're going to make a perfect circle all around. So go out 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Then we're going to go up 2 on each side, 1, 2, do the same thing on this side, 1, 2. Then we're going to go up 1 on each side, like this, go up 1 more, like that. And you know what, actually, I'm going to just do 1 whole side. We're going to go all the way around the lip, but right now yours should look something like this. So 5 here, 2 out the sides, and 1 out, 1 more. And now what we're going to do is the same exact thing we just did here. So we're going to go out 2, 1, 2, like that. And then we're gonna go out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1. Turn again. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And as you can see, it connects back to the beginning. And there is our purple number. Our perfect odd numbered circle. You want it to be odd. It has to be odd. It will make it 1,000 times easier if it's odd. If it's an even number, it's gonna look weird. So next, what we're gonna do is pretty much pick out each spot for our pods, which is very easy to do because if you have an odd number, then there should be always a middle block. There should always be a middle block. As you can see, I have 5 blocks here. That means the middle block is right there. See, 1, 2 on this side, 1, 2 on that side. So what I want you to do is go around on each side and delete this middle block on each side of the circle. So middle block, delete it. That's why I say pick an odd number. Makes it 1,000 times easier. So just go around and delete that middle block on each side of the circle. Now my circle is perfect, okay? My circle has this nice little block right here on the corners as well, because we have to delete these ones as well. So yours might look like this. You might have a circle that has this at the middle part of your circle. So the part I usually choose for this one is this side right here. I usually pick this block and delete it. But however, you can delete this one as well if you want to. If you want to delete down this one instead of the middle one, then go right ahead. Actually, you know what? Now this is going to annoy me, so let me put a grass block back there. However, like I said, mine's perfect, so I get to just delete this block right here. So now you're just going to go around and delete this block right here. So if you're doing this circle, this is very easy for you because all you have to do is just follow what I'm doing and delete that circle right there. Now for each spot we just deleted, we're going to delete down 2 more blocks. So you want to delete down a total of 3 blocks. If you're doing this on flatlands, you can do this on flatlands. It will work out perfectly because all you have to do is dig. You have to have enough room to dig down 3. And if you're doing this on flatlands, you should be absolutely fine. So we're just going to dig down 2 more on each spot. So 1, 2. So we are going to be digging down a total of 3 blocks. So do that to each one. Dig down a total of 3 blocks. So we already dug down 1. So 2 and 3. And we're just going to do that to every single one. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, blah, 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 blah. There we go, 2, 3. Next, what we're gonna do is take out our redstone because this is time where we do some redstone work. So at the bottom of each hole, you wanna put a sticky piston facing upwards. So just put a sticky piston facing upwards on each side, like so. Put sticky pistons facing upwards on each side of each hole. And we should be done right now. There we go. Next, what we're going to do is actually pick out your host pod. Now, your host pod is, of course, the pod where the person will be activating the lever to make everyone else go up. Now, of course, if you're playing on PC, usually you don't have to do this, but on console, you do have to do this. So I'm going to be using this as my host pod. I highly recommend not using a side one. I highly recommend it. It will make it 1,000 times easier if you use one that is straight off one of the sides like that. Doesn't really matter which one you pick, but just make sure it's on one of these sides. So next, what I like to do is just put some half slabs around it like that to remind me at first that this is the host pod. Next, what we're gonna do is come into our host pod like this, and we're literally just gonna dig straight towards that other pod on the other side. So just dig out 2 blocks all the way down to the other pod. We are almost there. There we go. Next, what we're gonna do is dig out to each other pod. So what I like to do is go to the side pods from here and just dig straight across. And to make pretty much a perfect cross or a plus sign or a T, whatever you want to call it. See, now we have a nice little T in the middle. Now from the host pod, we're going to go to the middle. This is our host pod over here. We're going to go to the side pods. Do not go to the one right across from the host pod or the host pod itself. Go to the side pods. So there's the side one there and the side one there. And we're going to dig towards the other pods. So right from here, we're going to dig towards our other pods. There we go. I'm going to dig this way to get to our other pod. There we go. And do the same thing on this side. Dig to this one. I just deleted there we go. Just delete the sticky piston and then dig to this side as well. So now it should look like pretty much an H with a cross going through it kind of deal. See how that kind of looks like an H shape? And we still know this one is our host pod. Now we're going to go back to our host pod, take out a block of choice, and right next to the sticky piston in front of it, we're going to put a block like that and put a lever here. This is for the host himself. Next, what we're going to do is pretty much bring dust from the block with the lever on it all the way down to the middle, and then we can flick our lever on and the dust should come on. Now what we're going to do is from the middle dust right here going towards each individual pod, we're going to put a repeater going this way, and this way, and then pretty much just bring the dust going to all our sticky pistons. Now, of course, if you're making your circle much bigger, then you won't be able to easily just bring the dust straight to your sticky pistons because dust does have a certain range until it cuts off, which I'll show you in a short while once we get all our dust going to everything. And now what we're actually going to do is where our host pod is right here, where the block is with our lever on it, we're actually going to dig down 2 from this. So just delete your lever for now and dig down to 1, 2, and then right from here we're going to put a repeater going into this sticky piston set to 1 tick delay. The reason why you have to do this is because each sticky piston has already a 1 tick delay on it, and you want every single pod to come up at the same exact time. I see this a lot on Hunger Games as well, that people's pods come up at different times, and that is horrible because that gives someone else an advantage to get over to the chest. And there's a chicken over here. You gotta be kidding me, chicken. Really? I should put you in. Get out of here. So like I was saying, you want every pod to come up at the exact same time. So what we're gonna do is put our block back over this repeater right here with our lever. And now if I click this, every sticky piston will come up at the exact same time. You want this. You never want another pod. You never want one of the pods to come up before another one because that gives someone a slight advantage to get to the chests before someone else. Alright guys, so if you're not very redstone fluent, then I'm going to show you how to extend this out. Now the reason why I'm saying this is because some of you are looking at this and saying, can I just extend out the redstone dust and I'll be absolutely fine? No, you cannot do that. So if you have never played around with redstone before, you can only drag a redstone dust current up to 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then we're going to put a sticky piston over here. So now if I flip this lever over here at this block, that sticky piston should go up. As you can see, it went up and it went down. However, if we just delete the sticky piston, come out 16 and put a sticky piston facing upwards, and we click this lever, as you can see, nothing happens because the dust can only travel up to 15. Now that's where the repeaters come in. Repeaters have a lot of uses, and one of those uses is extending out a current. So if I put a repeater here at the 16th block, as you can see, the repeater comes on, and now I could drag it another 15 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I could put a sticky piston over here. Now you can see I want a total of 30 redstone dust thanks to that repeater. So that's where these repeaters come into place. These things will help us extend our current out. So if you want to make your circle a lot bigger and make your pods a lot further away, all we're gonna have to do is add a repeater. These repeaters should honestly make it always to this one right here. You shouldn't always have it go that far away, make your circle that big, but to make it extend out, all we have to do is put a repeater here, here, and here, and then put one up here like that, and then put one here, here, and here. So let's say your circles, like let's say one of your pods is all the way out here instead of right there. Now I could literally just bring the current going all the way over there like this. You know, I could bring it all the way down to this side very easily. You know, I could just go la 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 la, and the current will make it to that sticky piston. However, I'm making mine this small, so I'm just gonna keep my sticky piston right there. And we're just gonna put this back like that. There we go. But now you can see, now this is another thing too. If you're going to add these extra repeaters in, that means this repeater, this sticky piston is going to take 2 ticks to extend up. This one's going to take 2 ticks to extend up. This one's going to take 2 ticks to extend up. These ones should all take 2 ticks to extend up. Now remember, you want to keep every sticky piston extending up at the same exact time, or else it'll give it a slight advantage to someone else. So that means right now this hose pod is only going up by 1 tick. So to change that, all we have to do is dig down here again, go back to this repeater. As you can see, it's on 1 tick delay. All we have to do is switch it to 2 ticks delay. Now, if you don't know how repeaters work, that is 1 tick right there. There is no such thing as 0 ticks. If you watch any of my note block tutorials, I say this every tutorial. There is no such thing as 0 ticks on a repeater. It's 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks, and then it resets back to 1 tick. So all we're gonna have to do is change this 1 tick right here to a 2 tick delay repeater, and then just put our dust back. So now it should all extend up at the same exact time again. So we click this, they all go up at the same time, and then they all go back down. So now we're done. That's it, you are completely done. So now what we have to do is just put our blocks on top of all our sticky pistons, like so. And then of course, you know, you gotta clean it up and all that crud, but I'm not gonna be doing that. So next, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna fill in the flooring right here. So we're just gonna fill this all up. As you can see, all you have to do is dig down 3. So you can do this easily on flat lands. You know, it shouldn't hurt you at all. So I'm just gonna fill all this in. This stuff is boring. There we go. And then of course what I like to do is just put some slabs around each hole. And then just make sure your host slab looks different. Just make sure your host pod always looks different, because people will still try to jump into the host pod, but then you can just teleport them out. There is an option to teleport people out, so you don't have to worry about that. Just put those all in. Like I said, you can make it look however which way you want. You don't have to make it look like this, but we're just going to be testing it out now. So I'm going to take out some villagers, like so. You can use whatever you want. This is just a good way to test it out. So I'm going to put a villager in each pod. There we go. So now they should all come up at the same exact time. So if I flip this lever, they all popped up at the same exact time. That is what you want. So there you guys go. That is how you build easy Hunger Game pods. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys. Peace.